The local railway track between Krasíkov and Česká Třebová in East Bohemia winds its way through varied terrain. When drawing up plans for the modernization of this country's railway corridors, it was decided to optimize the direction of the local track, namely to straighten it by building 2 railway tunnels. 2 double-track tunnels will be driven on the track, one with a driven section measuring 85 meters and the other 1,030 meters long. Together with their excavated sections, the tunnels will be 140 and 1,098 meters long respectively. This will give rise to one of the Czech Republic's longest double-track railway tunnels. The shorter of the 2 tunnels, codenamed Krasíkov II, was driven by the company Subterra. At present, its cut and covered sections are being built and concreted. Tunneling still continues unabated in the longer tunnel known as Krasíkov I. Proceeding from the western portal is the company Metrostav, while the project's main contractor, the Subterra company, is driving the main tunnel tube from the eastern side. The tunnel profile is driven in 3 stages. First its calotte, then its bench, and finally hollowing out the bottom. A new Austrian tunneling method is applied in this project, using the rocket boomer L2C drilling vehicle for the drift face. This machinery is also used to mount girders to fix the primary brickwork to the rock. As for rock blasting, the smooth breakup method is employed. In geological terms, the rock environment is quite varied with a number of defect zones. That is why cutting out length also varies from 0.8 meter to 2 meters. The stope area ranging from 100 to 129 square meters.
Party, man!
Rock from the drift face is taken by trucks out of the tunnel and then carried away to a final dump. It is loaded by a Volvo bucket wheel loader, whose bucket has a loading capacity of 3 cubic meters. The final profile of the tunnel's calotte, bench and bottom is made by a rock dredger, cleaning up the stope after the blasting operation. Each newly finished cutout is secured by a welded steel mesh fixed to the primary brickwork girder. As soon as the mesh is attached around the entire perimeter of the stope, another girder of the primary brickwork is assembled and erected. primary brickwork is completed by what is known as wet concrete spraying, using a mobile sprayer with a Mako Suprema concrete mixture pump and a Mako RoboJet all-for-one EH device. Mixture is supplied to the concrete pulp hopper by special mixers. Depending on the overall design, tunnel lining is applied by sprayed concrete with a thickness varying from 150 to 350 millimeters. Driving the bench is performed within a scheduled interval after driving the calotte. To facilitate transport between the calotte and the lower bench, a rock ramp with a gradient of some 10% is invariably formed in the middle of the tunnel. The actual procedure to drive a bench is similar to that of driving a calotte, drilling in, blasting and building primary brickwork, including concrete spraying. Then the existing ramp is removed and a new one is formed in the other half of the tunnel. The Krassikov 2 tunnel illustrates the use of another technological process, consisting in laying insulation all over the primary brickwork. The first layer is formed by a special textile, the second being a welded polyethylene foil to prevent water seepage into the tunnel tube. Secondary tunnel lining is formed by steel supports assembled still before the insulation layer is applied. Thanks to sliding formwork filled with pressure concrete, the tunnel's final concrete layer, 35 to 60 centimeters thick, is made. This does not require any additional technological treatment. September the 25th, 2003 was a red-letter day for the construction of the Krassikov tunnels. Both teams of drifters reached the point when mere inches of rock separated them. Cut-through is a major landmark for the miners in the project's history. In practical terms, it attests to the faultless driving of both tunnels, proving that they meet exactly as they should. Fresh air begins to flow freely through the tunnel from one end to the other, and one of the most complex stages of the whole project is thus completed. Cut through is also a moment when both teams of drifters can shake hands and celebrate a successful completion of their joint project. And the Subterra company will soon add another successful project to its portfolio.